Welcome back, Fremen and Fighters, I'm Vali and this is part 2 of Dune Awakening tip series. Now that you got the basics down, let's get into 15 more advanced tips that will help you progress even faster on Arrakis. We'll start with the easy and the friendly one. Be a hospitable desert host, or at least look like one. You can manage public or guild access to different parts of your base by pressing F. Maybe let fellow travelers rest under your roof by setting the door to public. But keep your subfief and chests private unless you enjoy surprise house guests walking off with your loot. And also make sure that you always have power on in your base so you keep it safe from the storm and from unwanted guests. Tip number 2, when looting shipwrecks, look closely for doors you need to cut open. They are not marked until you're close. You won't see an indicator until you're right on them. So learn to recognize how they look. Tip number 3, don't hoard Solaris. The vendor in the first town offers powerful gear that you likely can't research or craft when you first reach the town. If you have the funds, consider buying a Dew Reaper MK2, an MK2 shield, a medium blood sack, a blood extractor, and an advanced cutter to give yourself a strong early game advantage. Tip number 4, always grab quests from the contract board when you're in town. They give XP, some nice currency, and sometimes even unique weapons as a reward if you finish the questline. Tip number 5, accept quests from the major factions, the Harkonnen and Atreides, to boost your reputation with them. Later on you'll get benefits like new base building blueprints, new skins for your gear, and maybe even more stuff. Tip number 6, harvest water with the Dew Reaper closer to dawn. That's when the plants are most hydrated. Disable your shield while harvesting to save power. If your shield is flickering, it's because the Dew Reaper is consuming your energy, leaving not enough power for the shield to stay active. Tip number 7, craft a vehicle backup tool as soon as you have your first bike. This will allow you to store the bike in your inventory or summon it when you need it. It saves tons of time when exploring, fighting, or entering caves, especially handy when you are entering on one side and exit on the other side of the rocks. This way you don't have to run to the bike each time, you just pull it out of the inventory. Tip number 8, at some point you'll need to gather flower sand, a valuable but risky resource. To do this, craft a static compactor and either a hand scanner or a bike mounted scanner. I suggest the bike mounted one. You then need to use the scanner to scan the sand. Be strategic about it. Flower sand lies in open sandy areas, which means you're in prime worm territory. If the worm gets you, you will lose everything in your inventory and your vehicle. My advice for you is to look for flower sand nodes closer to the rocky terrain. That way, if the worm comes, you've got an escape route. Once you find the spot, use the static compactor, shoot the ground, and collect the sand. Just keep your ears open and your ride nearby. Harvest fast, run faster. Tip number 9, you can customize your weapons, armor, and vehicle to make your character stand out on Arrakis. To access the customization, open your inventory, go to the customization page, and here you can change the look of your equipped weapons and armors. Use swatches to change colors, apply patterns for unique visual styles, and choose variants to swap out the model entirely if you have any available. Vehicles require a welding torch for customization, so make sure you've got one before you're heading to the garage. Tip number 10, you can always visit tutorials either from the game main menu or from the journey tab. Super handy if you missed a tutorial or you forgot about it and you want a refresher. Tip number 11, fallen ships are risky but high reward. When you see a ship crashing, you have a limited time until the worm comes and eats the entire ship. So hop on your bike and rush to the crash site. Once there, use the cutter to open the compartments fast and loot before the worms arrive. There are 2 or 3 compartments that you can open. Depending on how angry the worm is, you might not be able to get all 3 of them. So prioritize your life first and loot second. One is the easiest one to get that has the most loot from what I've seen. One compartment is on the top of the ship and another one is on the side, so be quick, the worm doesn't wait for looters. Tip number 12, recycle and use gear for materials and components. You can do this once you research and craft the recycle machine, but always keep a backup set of armor, tools, and weapons in your base chests. If you get eaten by a worm, you'll be glad you did this. When this tip saves you from wasting time rebuilding everything, come back to this video and leave a comment. We want to hear your story. Next tip, when you take damage, your gear will start losing durability. You will also find some high quality gear from chests or by looting enemies that start with lower durability. You can repair damaged items at the repairing station, but only after you researched and build one at your base. Keep in mind that every repair slightly reduces the item's maximum durability. Items you crafted from the research blueprints can always be rebuilt if they break, though it costs more than repairing them. However, unique items can be freely crafted. To reproduce them, you'll need a special blueprint permit. So take care of your gear, avoid unnecessary damage, and make smart use of your shield and abilities. Tip number 14, you can create a guild straight from the in-game social menu, no need to visit any NPC. Open your inventory, navigate to the social section, then go to the guild tab. You'll need 1000 Solaris in your character inventory, not stored in your chest. So make sure that you take the funds from your chest beforehand. From there you can name your guild, add a description, and easily invite other players using the search and invite function. Simple, fast, and ready to rally your allies. Next tip, if you want to help your friends explore or make some extra Solaris on the side, you can become a cartographer. First, unlock the cartographer passive in the planetologist skill tree, then use a survey probe launcher along with a survey probe to scan and reveal a region on the map. Most probably you did this at least once for the quest. To create a chart, you'll need a blank sync chart, a consumable that you can buy from a vendor in town. I suggest buying multiple because you can only use each once. Once everything is ready, open your map and hover over the area you want to chart. If it's eligible, the make chart option will appear. Use that and congratulations, you've just created a tradable discovery. Sell it, trade it, or share it with your allies. Every chart helps build the spice network. If you learned something new, smash the like button and let me know in the comments what tip helped you the most or what you'd like me to cover next. And hey, if you want more tips or just chill with fellow desert walkers, check the Discord link in the description. See you on Arrakis.